Hello, welcome to Inorganic TUTOR'S Institute. This is a brand new episode where we'll be talking about Latex. So you ever wondered how scientists, mathematicians, and researchers make those beautiful documents filled with many equations, symbols, and perfect formatting? Today you will discover the secret behind professional academic papers, and this tool is called the Latex or the Latex. In our first lesson, I'll walk you through what Latex is, how to install on your PC, and how to use Overleaf, which is the easiest online version of Latex editor. By the end of this video, you will create your own first Latex document from scratch. Alright, let's get started. What is Latex or Latex? And what is it used for? How do we install the offline tech or the online Overleaf? How do we create and compile our first document, both online and offline? This basic structure of every LaTeX document. Hear me out. So LaTeX or LaTeX isn't a word processor like Microsoft Word, but it is a markup language for documents. You write plain text with commands, and LaTeX automatically handles the formatting. That means your writing looks consistent, professional, and perfect math-heavy work. So personally, I use the Overleaf, which is the online version of the LaTeX, very much, because working with the offline base is quite complicated when you want others to view your work and they are not in your vicinity. So having a collaborative work, you need to use the Overleaf so that regardless of your position or your location, you can have a look at the work you are doing together with other researchers. So for the offline, it's locally based where only you can edit your work unless you download the tech editor, then you send it via mail or any other medium to your colleagues to also work on it, and then they send it back to you. So for convenience, the Overleaf is quite simple to handle. So first and first, we're going to learn how to install the LaTeX offline version. So the popular one is the MiKTeX, which you can download on your web browser. So let's quickly do that. You head straight to the website MiKTeX.org. /download. So you have that here. So you have the Windows, the Mac, the Linux versions. So I use the Windows based machine, so I'll just click on download. Wait for a couple minutes, and then we have our LaTeX offline version downloaded onto our PC. Okay. So we have our file downloaded. So let's quickly install. So always you accept the terms and conditions, and then so you have these two options: install MiKTeX only for me, that's for your PC, or install MiKTeX for anyone who uses this computer. So you can choose the first one. So the downloaded file contains all the tools Latex needs to compile your text to PDF. It will install every package needed to execute your work to a perfect output. So after the offline version, we also look at how the online version Overleaf works. MiKTeX is ready, so you click next. You can donate to help promote the product. So in our start menu, we can search for MiKTeX. MiKTeX. So MiKTeX is a console. Then TextWorks is what you're going to use in writing nice articles or research papers. So you open that. So this is a view for the offline LaTeX. Okay, this is the MiKTeX console where we have the TextWorks as our output. So this is the editor version of the TextWorks. The moment we write something and we run, we are going to have the PDF output on the right hand side on the screen. So for now, we are looking at the output to know how things are arranged here. So this is the run command key, or you can basically use Shift Enter to also run your lines of codes. Okay, I'm going to briefly show you the online Overleaf version as well, so that we know how that one also looks like. So we'll go back to our browser, and for that we search for overleaf.com. Run that. So as a beginner or as someone fresh to Overleaf, you have to create an account. But I already have an account with Overleaf, so let's log in. So you log in over here. Since I already have an account, I'm going to think I've lost my account. Okay, so we have my account over here. All right, so we click on new project, then blank project. So beginner lessons, let's do that as our new project. We create an account. All right, so there is the interface for the Overleaf, which is the online version of the Latex 2. So we have the editor and we have the output or the PDF version. So this is the Overleaf, and what we had here already is the offline. Good. So with the Overleaf, we have buttons where you can share your work with colleagues or people you are working on the same research, for them to either edit, review, or just view your work. So you input their mails in which they use in creating the Overleaf, then you invite them. When you invite them, you give them the permission to edit your work or just view or review. That's one advantage of using the Overleaf. Okay, but they basically do the same thing. What you do in Overleaf, you do the same thing in MiKTeX, which is the offline, and it's to give you the same output. Alright, but one thing about the online version is you have integrated AIs and then other tools that can help you correct your plain text when there is an error, an obvious error. It will help you correct it before recompiling. Okay, when I opened the Overleaf, we saw some defaults that appeared without us typing. So you can see document class, use package, title, author, date, and so on. So I'm going to briefly explain some of these stuff. You'll be normally seeing them in every document you come across, if only the author use Latex to write the work. So the / document class into brackets article, this sets our document type to article, report, book, etc. So you can equally change the article to book and you recompile. See the difference? Because we changed the document class to book, the formatting has changed. So it was initially article. Let's recompile and see. Okay, so it has also changed back to what we saw previously. So when you are writing an article, writing a book, writing a report, let's try a report and also see how it works. Report. So the end document marks the end of the file. When you miss that, there will be an error. Let's see. See, there's an error that no file beginner lessons.aux. Also in LaTeX, we use the percentage sign to comment. So anything after the percentage sign is a comment. It doesn't read as a command. So when you take that out, then we run our code, we get a nice PDF without an error. So let's try and make some changes and see how it affects our output. So let's change article to report. Okay, so today you learned what LaTeX is, how to install, and how to build a very first document with hello world. This is my first LaTeX document. This is going to serve as bedrock for us to build on and write more complicated and advanced equations, graphs in LaTeX to help us as undergraduate students, graduate students, when we are working on our thesis, our PPT thesis, can equally use LaTeX and have a very nice presentation. And so as we begin the journey in data analysis, specifically programming, though LaTeX isn't an outspoken object-oriented programming but a markup language, it's also necessary as a mathematician, a statistician, okay, to understand how these two works, so that in your research work you can have a very smooth typing experience and also publish very neat articles using LaTeX. Thank you for riding with me. See you in the next episode.